Hello and a very good evening. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. I was just sick. So we have these tunes, don't we, for the start of each show that we have, and I tend to have a little song for each one, and I was just practicing. I've only done a couple of Beautiful Beginnings shows before, and so I was singing a little version which I came up with, and Nicola was going, oh yeah, you should sing it. I don't think it's ready to be heard yet, so maybe on the next one. We've got new viewers tonight, Nicola, and I don't want to put them off before we get started, you see. I doubt we'll bring more in if I start singing my funny songs. Anyway, welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby, and you are here for Beautiful Beginnings, a show which does exactly what it says on the screen. It helps you into starting off with your crafting. If you're brand new to the world of craft, this is the show that you need to be watching. This is the show to ask those questions that you were too scared to ask before. Ask us over the course of this next 2 hours. We like to make it nice and interactive. It may well be to do with items that we've got on the show tonight. It may well be just a question generally about craft, a general craft question. Please ask it, because that's what we're here for. And it's also a great show for you if you are a bit more of an experienced crafter, but you need a bit of a refresher in various areas. Then once again, fire those questions in our way, and let's make it a nice, interactive, fun show this evening. We have got some starter kits on the show for you tonight, whether you want to get into die cutting, whether you want to get into stamping, and we've got a lovely selection of dies to work with the Gemini Mini this evening, which is also on the show on a brilliant deal with a freebie as well. If you are brand new to us this evening, before you purchase anything, make sure you go to the website. Whether you're watching here in the UK, crafterscompanion.co.uk, in the US, crafterscompanion.com, or indeed in Europe, crafterscompanion.eu, hit the Club Inspire button and sign up to the club. It's free to do it, and you'll get 20% off your first order, and you will be in the club. And basically, the more you spend with us, the more points you earn. The more points you earn, the more you get discounted. So it's a brilliant thing to do, completely free. Take you about a minute to sign up to, so absolutely worth doing. Few quick hellos. We've got Grace on the socials tonight, and already in, we've got Kate Schuster from New Jersey. Peggy Whiskersill joins us from Minnesota, and Brenda from Indiana. And hey to Sherry W, who I know is a new viewer. Sherry says, hi from Salt Lake City, Utah. First time in on this channel, so I'm excited to see what is coming. Lovely to have you with us. And if you are, by the way, a newbie particularly, give us a little shout, and we will mention you and say hello. Michelle joins us tonight. Mo Pinwell from Jersey, and Carletta Morris is in from Arkansas. A few more hellos in just a second. However, let us say hello to the lady who's the other side of the studio, who's going to be providing all of the inspiration and demonstration and answering any questions you may have. It is the lovely, the one and only Corrine Robinson. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. I've had my tea.
Yep.
I'm all sat ready, and I'm ready to go for 2 hours.
Nice. And we've got a lovely collection of items tonight. And again, beautiful beginnings.
Yep.
We're quite happy to go back to basics tonight and ask
Quite happy to go back to
questions.
basics. If you've got any questions, please ask. If we use any terminology or any words that you're not familiar with, or I do a technique because I just do it and you're not sure how I did that, then please just shout up and we can go over that. But yeah, absolutely fantastic show. It's all about you. You tell us what you want, and then we'll show you how to use them.
Marvellous. Hi to Mandy McGee, who says, good evening. I've had a very happy post today of 3 Crafters Companion parcels.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Hi to Coletta, who joins us from Kansas. And hi to Joanne Felmer, who says, hi, Ben and team. I love you guys. Thank you for all you do.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, well, you are welcome. That's what we're here for. Alison Lee says, hi to Corrine, Ben, Grace, and all my crafting friends. We have got Jamie and also Nicola in the gallery this evening, steering the good ship craft. Send Nicola lots of congratulations, because she's celebrating her 2-year anniversary today. So all good stuff. Now, let us just get started with a kit which you might want to get your hands on if you are new to crafting, or indeed if you just need to top up on kind of craft room essentials when it comes to die cutting. Die cutting starter kit. It's normally £34, $51. Well, £25, $35, so you're saving a quarter. If you're platinum, you're down to £20 or $28. Or, of course, if you are, yes, Nicola, a first-time buyer this evening, sign up to Club Inspire, and that price will be yours at the bottom of the screen, because you get 20% off your first order. So absolutely worth doing. You're going to get in this bundle 10 sheets of our Centura Pearl cardstock. That is the Snow White hint of silver. You're also going to get a mammoth bumper paper pad, one of our 8x8 paper pads, originally, I think, with the Year of Craft. But as we were saying earlier on, you've got so many different designs in here, lots of beautiful colours. And I love the rainbows, by the way. I think they're super cute. Almost like sort of hand-drawn, aren't they? Really, really beautiful design. You've got little spots and dots. You've got these beautiful, almost sort of watercolours. That's quite dramatic, that one there, isn't it? Very dramatic. You've got the little, what would you call those? Little squigglers? Squiggles. You've got your checks, your ginghams. You've got rainbows. Again, loads of different colours. Love that as well. Absolutely nice, beautiful.
That would go well with, I would just think the words were coming out my mouth as Jamie said it in my ear, Angel Collection.
Yes, very angelic. But a beautiful paper pad that goes with that, 48 sheets in total. Then, on top of that, you're going to get a whole host of different tools, handy for when you're doing your die cutting. Pokey tools, never have too many of them. Your die brush tool, particularly good with those dies which perhaps are a little bit more intricate, you know, when you've got those bits and pieces that you need to get out. Talking of intricacies, we're going to give you your precision tweezers, 4 sets of your tweezers in there as well. Your straight point tip, angle point tip, your needle tip, and then the flat end tip included in there. Also, you're going to get 3 rolls of your low tack tape, and you are also going to get one of our tape pens included as well, tape pens. So it's a really handy collection to have as far as your die cutting is concerned. Great little starter kit, but as I said, a great little bundle for you if you are needing to kind of stock up on some crafty items in your craft room. Amelia says, congratulations to Nicola on your anniversary. Mo says, happy anniversary, Nicola. And Laurie says, I've done my workout, making coffee now and ready to watch the show.
Impressive.
Done a workout in between
That's
shows.
impressive.
We didn't do anything nearly as strenuous as that, did we?
No.
I drank coffee.
I drank tea.
You drank tea. What did you have for dinner?
What did I have for my tea? I had chili con carne.
Ah, nice. Homemade? Homemade?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice one.
On a bed of spinach.
Oh, healthy. You're strong to the finish because you eat your spinach. You're Corrine, the crafting lady.
You need to think about that one a little bit more.
Yeah, great deal on the starter kit, says Joanne. Fred says, congrats, Nicola, 2 years, time does fly. And Emma says, hi, Ben and crew, and all my crafting friends. Couple of questions, 3 questions already coming in. This is what we like. I'm going to tackle your questions in just a second, but let's quickly show you what Corrine's going to be using in just a moment. The decorative Swash border dies. These are limited, super limited, in fact. Less than 30 chances to buy this set now. Originally was a 5-piece set, but 2 of them have sold out, so we've smashed the price down for you and given you these 3 in this collection with a 30% saving, less another 20 if you're platinum. So £13.20 or $16.40 for the beautiful bow. And as we saw a little bit earlier on, these are great for adding as little embellishment touches to your projects, but they can also be the main point of your project as well. I love the idea of kind of using these as frames for particular projects, you know, joining these up, snipping into these as you saw earlier on, perfect with this little fluttering by butterfly. If you just want to use those elements, you can do. And again, the beautiful hearts are the harmonious hearts. You might decide that you want to do potentially a bit of paper piecing with these, but you've got 3 really, really super usable decorative Swash border dies, but you'll have to be quick if you want to get your hands on those because they are proving very, very popular indeed, and we haven't got a lot of stock. Right, we're going to get over to Corrine. So how do we want to do this then? Do you want to section off and do questions, or do you want me to ask questions as you're demoing?
I don't mind asking questions as I'm demoing. It's
All right,
fine by me.
We'll do that then.
Fine by me. Right, so let's have a quick look at how you can be using them.
Yes.
Look at those beautiful hearts on there. So we've created a shaker just in there by putting our sequins in, and then we put the hearts across the middle. So that's just 2 die cuts because we've done a little bit of a drop shadow. So drop shadow just being where you cut 2 in contrasting colours and layer them on top of each other with just a little bit showing, so it just shows like that. A lot of these have got drop shadows. Then this one, we have cut it out of the blue card and we've let all the pieces fall out. That's not paper piece, that's the card that's below. So we've let all of those pieces pop out and then just put all of the other bits back in. So you can see there's like all of those gone back in. reverse paper piecing,
Wow.
as Nicola says. Very good, I like that
Reverse
one.
paper piecing.
And then this one is true paper piecing. So what you've done is we've cut it out of the black. That is on top of the pink, so that's not embedded in there. But then we have paper pieced the darker pink in there. Lovely little box. So wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Perfect.
Nice.
Then we made this one this morning. So we have cut it into our card base and then just matte and layered it up with a sort of a raised paper piecing in there. So that looks lovely. And then the second one we did this morning, this morning, was it this morning?
Yeah,
wasn't
morning,
it?
yeah.
Gosh, I've forgotten. Was another paper easel with a shaker on.
Shaker easel.
Wow.
Sheezel.
Wow, I just could not
A shakeezel.
get my words out then.
Shakeezel, shakeezel. I'm doing it again, you missed it.
Dear me. But put those on there. And then the final one, as Ben said, don't they look gorgeous as frames?
Oh, dear.
Make a really lovely frame to frame your pictures like that. I think that is gorgeous.
Absolutely
Scrapbook
beautiful.
page,
Yes.
frames, however you want.
Alison just said, love these dies for so many uses. Missed this morning, so I need to watch for other ideas.
Yeah.
Catherine Baker is new. She says, yeah, the new Beastie, the Gemini Pro, was delivered last night. I'm unpacking it today with my daughter. Hubby amused, but I'm so excited about it joining my life. And a few questions coming through. I can answer this one. Sarah C says, hi, Benny boy. Hi, Sarah girl. Are you with Craig for cartload to Moz? Always a giggle with the bromance. I'm not with Craig tomorrow for cartload. I don't know who Craig's in with actually tomorrow. Is it the other Robinson tomorrow?
Might be.
I think it's Craig and Debbie tomorrow. It is Craig and, what am I like, Debbie Robinson. So that will be a lot of fun. Georgianne is asking, Corrine, whether you can do this now or in a bit. Can you advise how to measure an item to know how large to create a box? It's a question that's come in.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what she's saying is how do I know what size cardstock to have?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, get that. We'll measure something, you know, like a tape pen or something, and I'll show you in a minute. Okay.
You want to carry on and I'll ask the questions as you go.
Right. Okay, so we're going to cut some of the Swash die. So I've got the butterfly, so this is the flutterby. Now, we're all talking about the Gemini Mini tonight, so we're going to do as much as we can by using the Gemini Mini. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this die right as close to the end. Now these dies are 6 inches long, and the Gemini Mini plates are 6 inches long. So long as you take your card, it's right to the top of your cardstock so that you can butt it up to the top, look. So the Gemini Mini is super easy, no plates, remember. Put it inside the wallet and you're good to go. So if you can see, if I don't push it up, the die sticks out. But if I push that one right up to the top, there you go, my die is within the folder. So bring in my Mini. And you were talking earlier about how good the suckers are on the bottom.
Oh yeah, they are.
Look at that. Lifting up my glass mat.
Cool, blimey.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely no problem. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to hold that there, and then we're just going to twiddle the plate. Now, that stuck really firmly on that mat, but I always put a hand on it. It's just for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's not actually doing a great deal, but I think it's more me than anything else, so it just helps. So we can do that, and then you can see, look at that, absolute perfection of a cut in there, every little bit. And all I need to do, now this is just our multi-purpose card.
Yep.
So yeah, so nice thick cardstock just through there, and all of those have cut. So what I'm also going to do is cut it out of the black as well.
Whilst you're cutting, Peggy Whiskersill says, can you use quick dry inks for embossing, or does it dry too quickly? Which ink would you use for embossing? So
for embossing?
Yeah, so you're embossing
quick dry
powders.
inks won't work for embossing. Quick dry inks do what they say, they dry quickly.
Yeah.
You need your pigment-based ink. So your water reactives aren't any good. You need your pigment-based ink.
So your opaque pigment.
And we're going to do, that's the third demo. We're going to do exactly that.
Excellent.
So there we go. There we are. We're going to heat emboss over the top of this die, I think. This die cut, yes. We're going to do this one again. And we're going to heat emboss. So there we go. And then I've cut it out of the black. And that's cut absolutely beautifully just there. Let's just push that one. There we are. Push it out, and then there we go. Look at that. So I've got it in white and I've got it in black, and those would look lovely layered on top of each other. But we're not going to do it like that. Of course, we're not going to do it like that. We're going to do it slightly different. So I'm going to bring this one back, and I'm just going to lay it over the top of my card. Now, have you seen our tricolour pens? Yes. These are brilliant. I love these.
These are amazing.
They are. So what they are is, normally we have the three tones of the same colour, but these are ones that work together. It says so like you can see, we've got sort of 3 greens. It goes into almost like our lagoon.
Yeah.
Here we've got a purple, a lilac and a peach. Absolutely brilliant. So what I'm going to do is I want my Enchanted Tales, which is this one. So I've got on here, I've got Sorbet, Light Mauve and Rose Petal. And I also want Golden Sunrise, which I really love. And this one has Salmon, which is that one, Honey and Moonlight.
Nice.
Absolutely love this.
Let us know if you picked those up during birthday. They were very popular, weren't they?
They were. Now, I'm actually just going to do it slightly different. So I'm going to start with, I'm just putting it on there to, oh, there we go. Let me just move that over a little bit. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to actually just use one from this barrel. So I'm just going to come in with the PV1, which is the Light Mauve, I think.
Light Mauve.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not. It's the Sorbet, sorry. Oh, I didn't think it was Sorbet. I thought Sorbet was more pinky. So I'm just going to colour in a little bit down here. So the great thing is, when you're doing things like this with the blending, you can be quite... No, slapdash is the wrong word. I don't want to do it, but you don't have... There's no accuracy for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that one on first, and then I'm going to come in with my... get this the right way round. Where are... Yeah, Moonlight, then we're going Honey. Okay. So we're going to go Moonlight, and I'm just going to come up from there.
Whilst you colour in, Maria wants to know whether or not she can receive... She's just received a Gemini Pro and wondering if she can use the junior plates in the Pro.
Junior, no.
No.
Because the mouth's too big.
You could
can use your original.
On the side.
Yes.
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 As you could use your junior plates on the side in your original.
Because you need to hit the sensors.
Yeah.
And your junior plates aren't going to hit the sensors in the Pro.
Yes. Good question, though. Liking all these.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
So then I'm going to come in with the next colour, and what we'll see. So sometimes you don't see the blend straight away. And all I'm doing is I'm just sort of colouring down in strips. So I've got a strip of the purple, strip of the Moonlight, then we're doing the Honey, so we've got this. And then we will blend it in a minute. So I've taken that one, and then I'm going to come back in with the yellow, which is the Moonlight, and then blend that across. And straight away you can't see already where one colour has finished and the other one started. Then I'm going to come in with the Salmon, and I should have just put that up here. I love this colour, it's so juicy. And then we can pop that on here, just like that. Actually, I want a bit more of the Honey on here. Let's put that, and then just blend them in. Now, this isn't even Nina card. As I said, this is just a multi-purpose.
Yeah.
And for what we're doing, it will blend enough. You don't need to worry on there. If you've diluted the colour a bit too much, then just go back in and add a bit more, and then just keep blending it out. And it does blend so that you cut really seamlessly. I've missed there. There's a bit of white card there. We don't want that.
It's nice that you've used these in so many different ways over the course of the day today. You've kind of shown just how versatile these
I think they
are.
Yeah, I really do. So I'm just coming over that Moonlight with the PV1, which is Sorbet. Gosh, I wish I'd known all these colours when we had Play of Crafts Right on Saturday.
Oh, what did you have to do on Saturday?
So we had... Nicola, who's in our ear. So she said PV. So instead of we worked out what that was, I don't know.
No, what was the game?
It was pen colours.
Right.
So if you looked at, let's find one like, MG. I think that might be magenta, magenta or something. So, but she didn't want MG5 as the colour group. She actually wanted the name of the specific one, like Rose Petal.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't do too well.
So BG5 wasn't brown grey 5.
No.
It was...
Like...
I got 2 points. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds tough.
It was tough.
That sounds even harder than the day Adam, who's not with us anymore. I mean, yeah, he's gone. That sounds a bit morbid, that doesn't it? He's moved to a different job. And he did a spot the difference. And it was literally the hardest spot the difference you have ever played in your life. Like, he would show, like, on screen there'd be like 100 of our pens or something, like, you know, all stacked in the things, and then one would be removed in the next picture, and you're like, are you joking me? It was the most unfun play your crafts right I think I've ever done.
Right, so all I've done is put a bit of glue on the back, and then I'm going to drop shadow. Now, I often drop shadow with the bottom one off to the left and down a little bit. So you drop shadowing is just where you put one layer on top of the other. Now, get the butterfly right, and then worry about the other bits afterwards, because you can just go in and you can layer those up afterwards. Don't worry about those at first, just concentrate on one bit and the rest will follow. So that's going to go there. Then I can just do that. And I only want the hintest, you know, the merest hint of the black. I'm not after loads of it showing. So just line it up. Just like that. It's great if if you struggle to get things lined up exactly.
Yeah.
You don't really need it exact. You just want a little bit, and I'll show you it. I've got one separate and show you the difference. So I've got a piece of card here. Now, if I put that one on there, where you can see the black, compared to that one.
Wow, yeah.
Can you see? It's very subtle, but it just lifts it and pops it, doesn't it? So it just makes all the difference. So we have got some gorgeous paper pads on the show. This is from the Sunflower collection. So you've got them at the side of you there, Ben. You've got there's sunflower right at the side of you, nitwits, and a few
butterflies.
others.
That's the cardstock as opposed to the paper pads, though.
Yeah, it's all the A4 luxury cardstock.
What's the paper you've got there? Is that Enchanted Dreams?
No, this one is...
No, the paper.
Sunflowers, because I use the sunflower... That's sunflowers, so I made
No, the paper. That one's sunflowers, is it?
That's sunflowers, look.
Oh, is it? Oh, right. Well, I never would have guessed that. It looks like Enchanted Dreams on the reverse. Wow. You're
going, that one there, and I'm going, yes, sunflower.
Wow, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing by looking on the other side of your papers sometimes.
Yeah.
You've got...
Tell you what, if that was on Play Your Crafts Right, I'd have lost. Yeah, I'd have lost.
You'd have been adamant, wouldn't you? So then I've got some of the solar gold.
Yeah.
That's in one of the bundles that we've got on today. Mm-hmm. Just popping that on. Then I'm going to just switch back to my tacky glue over the top of my sunflowers.
Is that Sunflowers collection?
Yes, it is, Ben. Thanks, Ben.
Are you sure?
Well, I don't think that's a unicorn. There we go. Right, so we can put that on, and then I've got my card. You'll find that I do a lot of tent-fold cards. They're my preferred.
Not wrong with a tent-fold.
Yeah, because I just find that the weight doesn't pop over. I know when I put them up on my glass mat, they sometimes slide, but I find that on everyday standing, they stand a lot better. So all I'm going to do then is I've got 3 lots of the butterflies with the black on. And then I'm going to do this a bit quicker. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here, and then we're just going to tap our butterfly through the glue. And then, let me just remind myself where I'm going to put those. I'm going to pop these so that they all come from roughly the same place.
Nice.
And put one on. And don't worry if you get a bit of glue on your paper, because it will dry completely clear. But it's much easier actually to tap it in, and you don't get too much glue as a rule.
Yeah.
The glue you just get as much as you need.
That's a great way of doing things if you don't have like some of our fine tip glue applicators, or maybe the dotty tape pens. Never thought of doing things like that. But that's a really good idea actually.
I'm going to trim those down in a minute, and then
I quite like the swooshes on the end of the butterflies.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah. It kind of makes it look like they're more in motion, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Motion swooshes.
So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that one where it's just off the card.
Yeah.
But the others I'm going to leave on. But I just wanted them all to look like they've all stemmed from the same place.
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's one, you know, is it stop animation or something where, you know, you've got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
There we go. And then the other thing now, we have got some mini dies.
We do.
On the show. So
Mini
I
dies.
have got the Special Friend and I've cut it out of the solar gold and the black. And I'm just going to pop that on to my card base.
Keep questions coming through. We'll do another Q&A with Corrine. I've got another 1, 2 to ask you in just a second. If you've got any more questions you want to ask, specific to what Corrine's doing, or indeed any craft-related questions tonight.
There we go. Just pressing those down. And that is what I would put on there, just to show you how gorgeous that is. There we go. Look at that. Lovely, isn't it? Just a little bit different,
brilliant,
but all done with the mini machine.
Yeah, I love it. It looks like a nice sharp cut, Sherry W, who also says those tricolour pens are cool. They are. Definitely going to be adding them to my wish list. Oh yeah, let us know what's on your wish list. We were talking Christmas list a little bit earlier on. Let us know what you're hoping for Christmas. What's on your Christmas wish list? Corrine's after new necklace, a bag. What was the other thing you're after?
Purse.
And a purse. I'm still trying to think what's on mine. Love the border dies, says Kathy Myers. Couple of cues. Alison Marr says, how do you stop the mini folders from warping? I have tried turning them. I suppose over time, the more you use them, they are going to, like your plates, they're going to warp, aren't they? It's just the nature of using them.
Yeah, but we had 3 packs of 3, which is 9 folders, or 2 packs of 3, which is 6, I can't remember. They were like $7.99 with some other bits. They're really not expensive. They will warp. Try putting them in one end first, then the other end. Keep turning them over, but they do wear.
But even when they're to the point of you think, oh, they're too warped, they still will do a good job for you. So, flip and rotate them, you know, as Craig would say, flip and rotate. But you will get to a point where obviously you will need to get more. Just before we recap, Sandy says, good afternoon, Ben and Corrine. Hello. Help, help, help. You say, help, help, help. I've purchased the Academy of Colour kits, markers, card kits and crafting accessories. Where do I start? Well, with the Academy of Colour, of course, you've got your little QR code you'll have got when you bought the Academy of Colour. So you use that to get onto the lessons and then basically start at the very beginning. And Leanne's there, of course, with you for, I think it's 18 hours worth, probably over that now, of tuition. So hopefully that helps, but you should have a little QR code in your box, scan that with your phone, and then you're away to start those lessons. Hi to Jeffrey, who's joined us from New Hampshire, and also to Kathy, who says, I need to learn all of the different folds. Again, there's loads of tuition out there on our website, on YouTube as well. You'll find loads and loads of ideas as far as the folds are concerned for cards, and also with the Ultimate Pro as well. Again, another great thing to have in your crafty armory when it comes to kind of making all of those different card shapes. The Decorative Swash border die collection, though, last chance saloon to grab these, super limited now. £13.20 or $16.40 is your platinum price. Just the 3 left now in the collection. It shows you how popular these have been, because the Dragonfly and the Daisy that we had have sold out. So we've got the smaller bundle of 3 with the butterfly that you just saw. Love that beautiful card that Corrine's made, the bow, and of course the harmonious hearts as well. $13.20 or $16.40 is the price on that. Joanne Felmer says, I want everything Crafter's Companion for Christmas. I did a lot of shopping for myself. Won't be long now, will it? How many days till Christmas? 39 days to go. 6 weeks on Sunday. Can you believe? Where's this year gone?
I know.
It's absolutely flown over, isn't it?
It has.
It's scary. Scary, scary. On a lot of people's wish lists, and actually the chat that we had over birthday as well, because we had a great deal on the mini machine over birthday too, was a lot of people were thinking about buying this for kids, for grandkids, for themselves as a great little portable machine to take with them when they're, you know, going maybe to the caravan or going on a holiday to do a bit of crafting. It is such a good machine. And I love the demo that Corrine just showed you a few moments ago there to prove just how sturdy this is and how good the suckers are. Picked up the glass mat. So it shows you again that once this is set in place, it's going to stay in place for you. And the cut that you get, the power that you get with the Gemini Mini, you're going to find really is on a par with the electronic machines as well. And a lot of people do tend to have one of our electronic machines and then tend to have the manual machine to kind of work alongside it, because sometimes you don't need to put all the plate combinations together, switch on the machine if you're just doing a few quick die cuts. If they're going to go through your Mini, it's just going to be a lot quicker for you to be able to do that. And again, you don't need to plug these in, you don't need the electrics on with these, and it's so easy to be able to use them. You get your folder, of course, so this is what we were talking about just a few moments ago, what Alison was talking about. So you'll get your plastic folder. They're 6x3 in size, and this is where you're going to do your die cutting. Is simply just a case of popping your dies into your folder, popping it through your machine, and your die cutting is done. Good housekeeping, as we've talked about, is of course flipping and rotating your folders to make sure that you're going to get longevity out of them. But over time they are going to warp, but you'll find even when they do begin to warp, you can still use these for a long time afterwards. If you need replacement plates, you can pick those up on the website, or replacement folders, I should say. You also get your plastic shim included as well for your embossing folders, for your 2D embossing folders, and of course your 3D folders will just go straight through there. That price on the screen of $23.99 or $35.96 is a great price for the machine alone. However, you are also going to get the storage bag for your Mini included for free within this bundle. It's such a great deal, and if you're looking for a machine that you are not going to have to scratch your head about, you're not going to have to plug in and wire up and all that, you need to go for this little machine here, the Gemini Mini, because as everyone says, this is simplicity without the electricity. Right. Next up, card. This again is a great bundle for you because you're going to get 4 collections, really. You're getting a collection from your Country Lane, Sunflower collection, Vintage Butterflies, and we even throw in for free your Nitwit collection too. So, very quickly rattle through this for you. You're going to get your A4 card in the Country Lane. You've basically got 2 sets of linen cardstock in the Country Lane, probably one of the most popular launches of the year so far, alongside the Sunflower collection too. Just show you the papers or the cardstock that you've got in here, by the way. This is my favourite linen collection that we've done because it's sort of really pronounced. There you go, you can see it on screen right now. Absolutely beautiful. You're going to get 24 sheets of your Sunflower collection. 6 different colours, 4 sheets of each, and you're getting 20 sheets in the Country Lane as well. Yours will obviously all come intact. You won't have some half-used bits of cardstock within your set. If you do, send it back, for goodness sake. And then you're also going to get the Vintage Butterflies and the Nitwit Kindly Thoughts, but this is pearlescent. Lovely colour palette here of your sort of your purples and your pinks and your greens in there too. Once again, this is A4 size. You're getting 24 sheets in total in all of these beautiful colours. Double-sided as well, that, and a beautiful pearlescent sheen to it. And then alongside that, you're also going to receive the Nitwit Kindly Thoughts collection, the pearlescent cardstock, for free within the bundle. There you go. Once again, you can see all of those beautiful colours within that. What we've done here actually is teamed up some really beautiful pearlescent cardstock with the linen cardstock as well, and actually the colours are going to match beautifully across the 4 sets that we have brought to you. £35.98 or $47.88. It's basically a buy 3 set, get 1 free collection. Mo just saying on my wish list is a large guillotine. Yeah, always handy. It's kind of like a core craft room tool, that one, isn't it?
It is. If you don't have a good guillotine, then you'll get frayed edges, you won't get straight edges, and then it doesn't matter how good your die cut is or your inking is or whatever you put on the top layer, then the mats and layers won't look good enough because they just won't be straight or sharp, clean. So yeah, guillotine is definitely an essential.
Lots of love for the Mini coming through as well. Joanne Fum saying, loving the bag, it's adorable. And Joanne also saying, I've got the Mini, I think I will get the Mini as well, then I will have them all, and it'd be nice to have it when we travel in our motorhome. There you go. That is another great example of why you might want your Mini or your Midi, because I know a lot of you do like to take a bit of craft when you go away on vacation. And Mo Pinwell just said, I used my Midi for the first time yesterday, and I love it. It's always lovely to hear. Now, we're going to take a short little break right now. We're going to give you the opportunity to get your baskets checked out. And of course, again, with this being Beautiful Beginnings, any questions you want to fire our way, feel free to get those in now, and we will answer those over the course of the show. But head to the checkout and we will come back in just a few moments' time with more crafty fun here on Beautiful Beginnings.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
My name's Michelle and I am the newest craft expert. My crafting journey began just after I had my daughter Alice, so she's 14 now. Long story short, I suffered with postnatal depression. My husband sort of noticed, took me to the doctors, and of all things, the doctor suggested colouring. Said it's so mindful, really helps. So anyway, my husband had noticed that I discovered the craft channels. Went out one day, came home with an amazing little craft kit for me, and that is where my addiction began. But one of my main inspirations is actually going onto our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and seeing what everyone else is making with the same stuff that we're making. As cheesy as it's going to sound, Debbie Robinson, Debbie Fisher, those are two of the main people that I watched a lot of. They are all so inspirational. Okay, so I absolutely love everyone that I work with. I don't have a lot of juicy gossip that I can share, but I will say Debbie Robinson is exactly what you see on screen. She is a laugh a minute. She is exactly what you see. So, you know, you think, oh, did they put it on for the camera? They don't. Debbie Robinson is definitely Debbie Robinson. And I love her, and she really does say all the time, "Ee, what am I like?" So other than crafting, I just love being at home with my family. I know that sounds cheesy, but my husband is the most amazing support for me. My kids are fantastically weird, odd, crazy, but perfect. But at the minute, I'm very focused on my health, so I'm exercising a lot. So I would say, other than craft, which takes up 23.5 hours a day, that my health and lifestyle, I think you would say. So I've had a few cards published in a couple of magazines as designer for the day. So that was sort of a really big deal for me. I loved it. And then I got accepted onto the Crafters Companion design team. Oh my God, the whole world could hear me scream with excitement. And then I got the call to come up and try out for this job. It is by far the most amazing, exciting thing I have ever done, and it's been life-changing.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Welcome back, everybody. Hi to Just Crafty Chantel, who says the navy in that last set is beautiful. And Heart to Home Creation says, I have the Mini and I have used it loads. Keep the comments coming through. Get the questions through to us as well. No silly questions this evening. Honestly, if you've got something that you need to ask it and we will get it answered for you, because that's what we're here for this evening. Beautiful nesting frame die collection for you next. This is a stunner of a price. Should be $77.94 or $89.70. You're saving 65%, so that is nigh on £51. $58.70 platinum price, $21.60 or £24.60 or $24.80 if you're shopping in the US and you are a platinum member. These are just brilliant because you've got so many dies within each of the collections. You've got the ability to cut them all in one go to create yourself an amazing kind of like focal point for your card, or use individual elements here. What I love about this collection particularly is that you've got all of the nesting elements, but then you get like a little additional kind of embellishment die, don't you?
An embellishment or a corner, or yes, absolutely lovely, in the same theme.
Yeah, exactly right. This one reminds me a little bit of, remember the spirographs you used to get as a kid?
Yes.
The way that all pops out at the side.
Yeah.
I just absolutely love it. But again, you've got to appreciate, like for this price on screen, the amount of detail that you've got in that piece of metal. That
the amount of metal?
I know, it's amazing. But do you know what? I think sometimes we gloss over this. Like, how that is achieved in one cut is incredible. And I just think we need to kind of appreciate just how awesome that is. And if you are new to us, right, all you're having to do is feed this bit of metal through your machine, and this is what you are going to achieve. You don't need to be, someone who's been crafting for years to achieve that. You can achieve that as a complete newbie. You get this kit, you got your Gemini machine, boom, you've done it. If you are new, by the way, bottom of the screen there, sign up today to Club Inspire for free, and you'll get that price at the bottom of your screen. You'll get that 20% off your first order, and you'll be picking up one of the most beautiful sets of nesting frame dies. These are stunning, they really are. And whether or not you just decide to use maybe this selection of dies here to create a smaller panel for your card, or whether you decide to go for the full set here to create, as I say, almost like a card front in one go, you can do. You might decide that you don't want to use the particular embellishment here and you want to pop on maybe a sentiment. The fancy sentiments that we have on the show as well would be, a perfect kind of addition to pop onto the front of your card. Maybe you just want to pop on a bow or, some sort of embellishment, you can do, but they are so, so gorgeous. That was your filigree frame. As you see in here as well, you've got lots of different shapes and sizes as well. Your modern swaddle you've got. I also like this one for the fact that, obviously, this is sort of more of a square shape, but this little embellishment die that you've got in the centre, I mean, you could cut that 4 times and create yourself another little frame right there if you wanted to. This one's super cute as well, the decorative rose. I mean, that you're just going to be using over and over again. Absolutely beautiful. It does have a lot of craftability, a bit of paper piecing potentially around the outside too, but nice to see whether you can use that vertically or horizontally. It's going to look amazing. Can you believe you're getting all of this for £21.60 if you're platinum? This is cute. This is called the decorative lace, and again, lots of different styles here for all sorts of different occasions as well. And don't be I always fall into the trap here with these kind of beautiful nesting frame dies, thinking that you have to kind of make those sort of vintage cards with these. You don't. These look really funky when you're kind of, sort of making contemporary designs and cutting these with potentially colours that you wouldn't normally think that you would use. They just look great across the board. And finally, this one is your abstract frames. Once again, a lovely collection of different dies within that set with 24 elements in total. That, I think, is potentially the bargain of the show, just for the fact that you've got so much metal for your money, so many beautiful designs, and particularly if you are a newbie as well, you're getting these home, you are making cards with these, it's going to look like you've been making cards since day dot. Honestly, it's such a great collection. Alicia just saying, good afternoon and greetings from Arkansas. Preparing for my meeting later whilst listening to my favourite channel, my Angel collection arrives today. Woo-hoo. Shall we have a little look at these? I think Corrine's got some cards to show us over there as well. But super versatile and just super detailed, these, aren't they?
They really are. Sorry about the clanging.
That's all right. I'll let you off.
I was looking for an embossing mat for my junior plates. I'm so sorry. I was looking for an embossing mat and I couldn't find one, so I've had to move up to my bigger plate.
That's fine. No, it's fine. I'm only messing about.
There we go. Look at this. So cut them out of black and add those gilding waxes. We've got gilding waxes on the show today.
We do, yeah.
So, you know, look at the gorgeous detail. You're going to pick it out from there. Absolutely beautiful. Or we can do it with easel cards. And as Ben was saying, you know, remember those extra bits. Doesn't that look lovely as a border? Works so well with that because it's the same pattern, but, you know, in those different colours. So pretty. We've got a side stepper just there.
Cute.
Again, really lovely, focusing. But look at that, encapsulated glitter card, and it's still cut all that detail out. Really beautiful. Can you see?
Oh, is that the circle bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
gorgeous,
wow.
isn't it?
That's amazing.
Then we've taken this one here, and then I love this, by adding the stick-on pearls all the way around, just adds an extra little element. Or we can have a dome front one, stick it onto some acetate and then dome it. Looks beautiful. But we're going to do my version of this. So where did those come from? Did those come from there? Yes, they did. Right, so I have got it. I'm going to cut it twice and I'm going to emboss it once. I'll do the first cut. Now, we've got the Knitwits paper collection there. So that was that gorgeous navy blue that I think somebody said how much they liked. So I really do like it. I think navy blue card is elegant, it looks expensive, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So, die face down on my mats, then I've got my clear plate, my magnetic shim, and another cutting mat, and then we can pop that through. Now, I know we've been going on about the Mini. These dies don't go through your Mini. These are junior and upwards, and the only reason I'm putting these through on my main machine is because I can't find my Gemini embossing mat. I mean, my junior mat. There we go. So I can't find it. It'll be about somewhere. So right. Have you got it, Ben?
I haven't got it. I've got a lot of stuff this side of the studio, but I definitely do not have that.
Look at that. So look, when you turn it over, you can see every piece of metal come through. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a tap. Little bit of a tap. Quickest way to get the bits out, and then look at that. There's nothing. There's actually nothing there to poke out, is there?
No.
Every piece. Right. So clear my die. Right, and then I've got a white piece of card. So I'm going to pop it back onto the white card. Just a minute. Now, dies will work so long as you've not got bits of card in. If you've got bits of card in, you're asking the die. You're asking the impossible of the die.
So it's always good housekeeping to get the bits out before you put them away, isn't it? Yeah,
always good to put before you put away, but always don't try and cut a second one while you've still got bits in, because if that groove is full of cardstock,
not going to cut.
Then the blades, it's flush with the blades. So you can't expect the blades to work, and then people say, oh, it doesn't cut, but actually it's, sorry.
What do they say?
It won't cut. It won't cut. But it's not the die's fault, it's, you know...
It's all about your housekeeping.
It is. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to put that first straight onto my cutting mat, and I'm going to cut that through. The other good thing about when we do embossing is if it hasn't completely cut all the way through, or it hasn't cleaned out of the die, embossing will get rid of it. So I've got my embossing mat that will have come with your machine. And what we're going to do is we cut it through first, and then I turn it over and I have a look. Oh, that's cut perfectly. Absolutely lovely. I'm just going to take this piece off, keeping it in the die. I'm not even going to attempt to take it out. Now, what I want to show you is on this side, I can feel it drops down where that's gone through.
Yeah.
So the die, the card's not flush to it. So what I'm going to put down is I'm going to get my mat back, my cutting mat. Then I'm going to put my rubber shim on, and then I'm going to put that back, still face down. Now, what I need to do next is I can put my clear back on that we had on, but I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to take my magnetic shim out, and then I'm going to put my my cutting plate on top. Don't leave your magnetic shim in, because otherwise the sandwich is just too big. I always tell this tale. When I first joined the company, I decided I was better than the instruction manual.
But here? Uh-oh, what happened?
Yeah. it basically chewed up my embossing mat.
Oh.
There was just too much pressure, because the pressure in this machine is immense.
Yeah.
So if you now ask it to, you put your rubber shim in as well as your magnetic. Craig and I were doing a show once, and we were trying to think of any occasion when you would use the two together, your rubber shim and your magnetic shim, and we can't actually think of occasions when you would. Right, now that's now really pushed that into that die, and those pieces here are now flush. So what I'm going to do is, actually, I think I'll take a little scrappy bit of card, and I'm just going to just put some ink through those bits there where I've embossed it, and I'm just, because I'm not the neatest of crafters at times, and that piece of card is just because I don't want it to go any further. I did actually think you could go round that edge and it would look quite nice if you could do it nice and neatly, but in the speed that we've got, we'll just put it through here. So it's just adding on a little bit of extra detail because we've pushed that up into the die. Now, the only bits that have got the embossing feature, so all these are just release holes. There's no point inking through those because all the bits at the other side of those holes are all just going to pop out. So don't waste your time doing that. You've not done any damage to your die putting the ink on. Give it another tap. Sorry, Jake. I must apologise. And there we go. Now, look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? Just by adding in that little pop of colour just there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only subtle, but when you see what we're going to do. So all I'm going to do now is, before I put my die away, I just wipe that ink off. Because you don't want to leave it on, because if you put it back through your die cutting machine, that will then transfer onto the sheet that you've got, whether it's clear sheet, magnetic sheet, or whatever. So it's always worth just clearing it off.
Nice to show that as well, that you've done some inking through the dies, because again, I think we forget about that sometimes, that we've got the opportunity to do that.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Right, now I've taken the next one, I've cut it out of the yellow, still from that nitwit, and then the next one I've just cut the white circle. I'll show you where the sentiments come from. I've also cut the little element twice, and we'll decide if we want to use those in a few minutes. So we're still going to do the similar technique that we've done quite a lot today, and we're just going to do a little bit of a drop shadow. And the reason we're going to do that is, one, it's going to look even nicer, but also I'm going to do a reverse easel card, and we want a little bit of extra strength on there. If we don't, it's going to be a reverse curved easel card, and we don't want that. So we're just going to put a little bit, we're going to do a little bit of drop shadow on there. And again, it's not much, but can you see on there, look at that. So if I take it away, that looks lovely, but just that tiny little bit of navy, can you see, it doesn't take much, but how it really accentuates. It does, doesn't it? So, yeah, so let's put some glue on here.
Tell you what, there's a lot of chat about this collection. I think these are proving popular. People seeing the value for money, and particularly for our new crafters as well, just kind of seeing how easy it is to achieve the effects you're showing. Joanne just saying, I like these dies, they're pretty. Oh, I fancy these, says Joanne. They are beautiful. So Joanne said, I like these, they're pretty. I fancy these, they're beautiful. And then she's just gone, OMG, I want these. So like three comments in a row, kind of affirming the fact that they are amazing. And Fred says, these frames are so lovely that I ordered them twice. My favourite mistake.
There you go. And then you can pop that on there. But yeah, I mean, at this price, if you are a new crafter, what a stash builder this is going to be. For just over £20 or under $25, this is the perfect way to build up your stash and start getting some dies that you're going to be able to use time and time again. So I'm just going to build that up just on there, and then I'm going to pop that one on to there like that. But doesn't that look lovely?
It's amazing.
Now, you're not sure about the colours yet until you see what I'm going to do on here. So this is from that Knitwit, and this is just some of the Knitwit's Kindly Thoughts paper. So all I've done, regular 10-fold card, and I've just reverse folded back halfway. So it's just a bit like you would do it if you were doing a fold back card. But what we're going to do is we're going to put one layer of card inside. I do love this Knitwit's paper. It is so, so pretty. Now, I know we normally say pearlescent card, don't use your solvent-based glue, but this is underneath it. And so long as I'm not near the edge, it'll be absolutely fine. And I like using the solvent base because I like the firmness that it dries with. I was doing some stuff at the weekend, and Debbie said, "Oh, you've used your solvent-based glue on that one, your all-purpose." And she's like, "I would go straight away for the other glue." And it's amazing how we have, preferences. I always seem to pick that one up. Debbie will pick up the tacky glue first.
Yeah.
And it's not right. It's not wrong. It's just we all have our own favourite. So that is now the front of my card, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this onto here, so it's given me a nice big area up to that halfway point. And let me just get my now dotty tape pens are back in stock.
They are back in stock.
Absolutely perfect. So absolutely brilliant for something like this, because what you can do is you can go over there and there are no strings showing through. They're really clever how they work. So I'm going to just put the solvent-based glue up to here, just like that, and then I'm going to just centre that in the middle of my card. So that's now nicely caught with the tacky glue on there. Now, before we go any further, we need to finish off our sentiments. So these are our fancy sentiments, and we're going to use our special friend.
Perfect to work with this collection as well, aren't they?
Oh,
just screaming to be used together.
They really are. So let's cut myself a piece of paper or card, and I'm going to take the die off. Oops, I've taken the double-sided one to take that off, or it'll stick to the folder. There we go. Done that enough times. So we can pop that. Oh, I cut that a little bit snug. Don't know why. Got plenty of card. Pop that on there, and then I'm going to pop that in the middle of my mini folder. Pop that on here, and away we go. So we can just cut that through there.
So quick with the mini, isn't it? That's what I love about it. Yeah.
It's perfect, isn't it? And then take that, and we've got that cut. I mean, don't think, it's not going to be as powerful because it's a small machine. I mean, that's cut absolutely brilliantly. And don't think you can only cut simple dies. You can cut your intricate dies as well. So I don't know if anybody saw earlier, I now want to stamp my sentiment onto there.
Yeah.
So if I put my stamp over the top where it's going to go, I'm just going to do that roughly. There's nowhere to put my magnets. So as I showed you earlier, you can do this two ways. You can either put a piece of card on, I'll show you this way, you can put a piece of card on like that, which the magnets can then hold down. I can put a little, blob of dotty tape on the back and stick it to that card. Now I could have put that straight to the mat, but some people don't like doing that. So I've just popped that onto some white card. The magnets are holding it tight, the glue's holding that to the cardstock, and then I line my die, not my die, it's a stamp even, line my stamp up to that die cut, and then I pick it up in my stamping platform. If you're new, a stamping platform is probably one of the easiest ways to start stamping. So what you've done is I've positioned where I want it to be, I've picked it up directly onto the platform. Oh, this is a new stamp, and I haven't charged it first. Could have just done with going over.
So just explain that. What do you mean you haven't charged it?
So when you get a new stamp, they've sometimes got residue left over from the manufacturing process. So sometimes I go over with a lint roller. I use that one quite a lot at home. Just go over with a lint roller, just roll over it and that'll take it off. The other one you can do is go over it with your watermark translucent. And that's quite a good way to do it too. But hopefully, if this hasn't picked up, because it's got a little bit of residue on, what we can do is we can always stamp it again. But actually, that works. Now, oh look, you see, look, that's missed. Can you see? It's missed quite a bit. So all I need to do is go back in. I think that was my fault, because I mustn't have pressed that down because there's still the ink on the stamp. Take that down and put it back in place, and then all we do is go down and then we press down. So it's always going to go into the same place. I mean, look at that. Yeah. Not a blur in sight. Absolutely perfect. So remember, this has got a little bit of dotty on the back of there, so I can then just peel that off of there, and that's good to go. So we can then take our card back and we can pop that on here. Now, white on white gets a little bit lost. So all I've done is I've, again, drop shadow We've done a lot of drop shadowing today.
Oh, so is that just another layer cut
Just
underneath?
another layer cut in the blue, and I'm going to pop that coming off here. And then I've got a couple of little bits now. I'm going to put that further. I have bags of flower arrangements that I've made up. Absolutely bags of them.
Oh, it's just like pre-done
Pre-made,
ones, yeah.
Because you know me, I'm known for using flowers.
Just one or two.
So, yeah. So I used to use them a lot, didn't I?
You did.
So all I've done is I've just hot glued those onto a piece of card so that all I need to do when I put it onto the card is a little bit of glue. Now, doesn't that lift that? Absolutely beautiful. So this is a reverse easel. So what I want to do is I've just done, I always call these a chocolate box bow, but I don't, when I tried to do sort of a search, a chocolate box bow was coming up with like a big, blousy, multi-layered bow.
Like on your box of milk tray.
Yeah. So is it, I might be coming up with the wrong name. Is it a post? I don't know. There's a name for a bow like that where you've got layers coming like that. And you just do them layer at a time. They're really easy
Any bow
to do.
experts out there this evening, let us know, please.
Yes, it'd be great to know. There is a name for that sort of bow and I don't know what it is. But they're really, you cut it into like separate pieces of ribbon and then just layer it up. So that is going to just come onto here. As we said, make the perfect corners. Put that onto there. And that one's going to go into that corner. Oh, let's try and get them fairly even. There we go. And when I turn that round, as we say, it's a reverse easel, but because we've got the two layers, it's standing nice and firm. How about that?
Really, really beautiful. And just a great way again to show you how you can use this collection really, really easily to create the most stunning cards. Charlotte just saying that looks so pretty. Faiza saying beautiful. Hannah Furnace saying beautiful card. Hannah also says, I love how Ben says swirls. Do you love the way I say swirls when I'm doing my impression of Craig? That might be sweddles. Sweddles. And Charlotte Everett says, yep, I've just checked out these and a few other things. I did say this morning, you did say, I remember this message, I said this morning that I would probably end up with something from each show, and I was right. It happens, you see. That is a bit of a warning going out to any newbies watching us for the first time tonight. If you do watch us, chances are you will be checking out quite a lot because we do have a lot of amazing, amazing items. Is it a parcel bow, Linda Fitzsimmons says?
It might be a parcel. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I've just got the name wrong. I think now she said that, it might be a parcel bow.
Yeah?
I knew the name, but I could not remember it.
Okay.
I think it is a parcel bow.
Thank you, Linda. Oh no. Evelyn says, I think Leanne called it a cake bow.
All right. I've never heard that. I'm not saying it's wrong. No. I've never heard it called that.
Well, we'll go with either parcel bow or cake bow. Miriam says, what a beautiful card, Corrine. And Marshall says that card is absolutely gorgeous. If you want to pick up the collection, it's a steal tonight, saving 65%. Platinum price, well, you're saving £50.94, even if you're not in the club. $58.70 is the US saving for everyone. And then platinum members, or indeed newbies tonight, get an extra 20% off. So £21.60 or $24.80. If you're not yet in the club, make sure you sign up and receive that discount because this really is the deal of the show as far as I'm concerned. Such usable, easily crafting with dies which are going to create the most beautiful cards. Your nesting frame dies, and they all come with that beautiful extra little embellishment. But again, here you've seen you can use that to kind of adorn the centre of your card, or as you saw in that last demo, that you can use these as little corner pieces, create your own different frames with these as well. But they're beautiful. You've got different sizes and shapes with these as well. That is the one that you just saw being used in the last demo. So you've got that gorgeous deco swirl frame. And again, you know, I know you've got these little extra embellishments within the centre of all the frames. You can mix and match those around from the sets. That's that filigree frame. Again, appreciate all of the detail that you're getting in these dies. Honestly, if you've been waiting for these to be knocked down to a buy me price, tonight is the night. Modern swaddle, I like that as well. Again, look at all of the detail around the outside, and then the extra detail of that added embellishment to create more corners and frames with. This is beautiful too. The decorative rose. I kind of think that one sort of looks better as a a horizontal cut, but it's entirely up to you. A lot of detail there, and again, opportunities there for your paper piecing, and then you've also got your delicate lace in there as well. It's 24 elements, loads and loads of metal for your money there. £78 this should be, $90. The price is low tonight. Do not miss out on this, particularly if you are new as well. $21.60 is your platinum price, or $24.80. Quick question from Olga before we move on. He says, talking about your pre-made flowers, Corrine. She says, how do you store pre-made flowers so they don't get squished?
Mine are in a Polly Pocket bag, literally. They are in one of these. They are in one of those, just lots of them, and they're just sitting on a shelf.
Oh.
That's all I've got. I've got nothing fancy. They're just on a shelf in my craft room. And they don't tend to get squished. Yeah, don't overthink about it. Just, you know, they'll be absolutely fine. As long as you don't go putting lots of things on top. I've got some under-shelf baskets just to make the most of the space, and mine are on one of those. So, yeah,
all right.
Very simple.
Thank you for that question. Good question. Keep them coming through. If you are looking to kind of stock up in your craft room as far as guillotines are concerned, maybe you've already got the large guillotine and you're thinking to yourself, I want to, you know, have a smaller guillotine to take with me when I go to the caravan or when I go away. This is the perfect thing to have because it is your smaller guillotine. You've got an 8 3/4 cutting platform here. It's 6 1/4 by 8 3/4 is the platform. So it's still sizable. And again, you've got all of your increments there in inches. It goes up in 1/8 of an inch. So again, you can have lots of precise cutting with this. You've got that amazing sharp blade in there as well. Literally, I mean, I've got the larger guillotine at home, but it just cuts without fail beautifully, so precise each and every time. And even if you need kind of like the most sort of smallest little minuscule bit trimmed off a bit of card or paper, you have got the ability to be able to do that. Sharp blade, obviously, so you've got the finger guard installed on there as well, so it allows you to make sure that, you know, your fingers are out of the way, but you can hold that down, keep your cardstock and paper in place to get a precise, clean cut each and every time. You've got those hardened stainless steel blades in there, as you said, and of course, this doubles up not just as a guillotine, but as a scoreboard as well. And I think we forget about that a lot because it works so brilliantly as a guillotine. You almost kind of like pass over the fact that, yeah, well, you know, you can do your scoring on here as well, and you even get your handy scoring tool in there too. So it's a... Do you know what? If you haven't got the larger guillotine, I'm talking about this as being a great portable item to take with you. It's a really more than adequate guillotine to have to use in your craft room day to day, but it's super portable. That's what we love about it as well. It's £19.99 or $27.96. Deal is sweetened on this one today for the fact that you're also going to get 20 sheets of your Centurion metallic cardstock included in there too. I know Corrine's been using the Solar Gold in some of her demos today, so you're getting 10 sheets of that included alongside 10 sheets of the pale silver as well. That Hero Tool deal is just a 24-hour deal, or while stocks last. So if you do like the idea of that, stocking up in your cardstock and picking up a core craft room tool in the process, then do make sure you grab it. Beautiful card, says Joanne. Lots of love coming in for that last card. And Catherine says, is it a problem if you order something from every show? No. I just think you fit in better, you know, with everybody else if you do that. So, you know, a problem shared is a problem halved with everybody else who does it anyway. So if you see something you like, you know, and you can afford to do it, why not treat yourself? We are going to take a short little break. When we come back, more fun and frolics here on Beautiful Beginnings. More from you guys as well. And of course, in the last sort of 20 minutes of the show or so, we'll get all of the votes going. Demo of the show and demo of the day as well. So that's all on the way. We will be back with you in just a few moments' time.
My name's Jan Brown and I am one of the craft experts here at Crafters Companion, so you often see my face on the camera and see me demoing all the different products that we have in our range. I live in Yorkshire. I'm actually based in Sheffield, which is one of the cities in Yorkshire, and I'm born and bred, absolutely, and it's lovely and green, countryside, little picturesque village, and I wouldn't change it for the world. My crafting journey was quite an interesting one because I was working in school and someone just sent me, it was birthday, sent me a card and it was a handcrafted card, which I'd never come across before. So I was literally blown away by it, asked her a little bit about it, went and bought a craft kit, and the rest of it's just history. Inspiration, I think, comes from lots and lots of different places. So it could be sort of architecture, it could be sort of the style of something, particularly colours, things like that. I love sort of like autumn colours, that kind of thing. I think one of the biggest ones there is our design team. We have a massive design team, second to none in the industry, and I often have a look through their folders and get ideas and work with those when I'm planning my demos. Yeah, I think behind the scenes we do have a giggle. I'm not sure there are actually any blooper reels. There may be, I'm not sure, but I think one of the things that we always have a joke about, and I learned very early on, was remembering to turn the microphone off when you leave the camera. I'm going to leave it to your imagination with that one. Although crafting does take up a lot of my time, I think the biggie's got to be my family. We have a very small family, but a very close-knit one. My girls both live close by, and my eldest daughter has got her little boy. He's my only grandson, so we spend a lot of time with him, and it's something that we love getting, whether we're going out for a meal somewhere or whether we're at home playing board games, that kind of thing. Just everybody together. I'm not a loner, I don't like spending time on my own, so the more people around the better. I was accepted onto the demonstration team as well, so those were very big moments in my sort of crafting lifetime, and very much a dream come true, you know, when it's a hobby turned into a job as such. And then obviously along with that, at the store came the chance to meet Sarah. She came to, well, she opened the store, naturally came to visit, so getting to meet her and have a chat with her. And then taking it on from there, my name was put forward for this particular role, and now I actually work alongside Sarah, so she's actually part of the team. We all work together, and definitely a dream come true. I don't tend to refer to it, when anybody asks me what I do, I don't refer to it as work anymore, because it literally is just playing with the crafting products.
Everyone backstage is amazing. You probably know this because we talk about them all the time, but I have to give a big shout out to Jake. From the minute he walks in the door, he has got the hugest smile, but he's just brilliant. He's always there, he's always on the ball, asking what, and they all are, but Jake is just, he's a cheeky little chappy, I think is why I like him.
Constantly asking if we've got everything we need, fetching it for us if we need them. Everyone laughs at me because my main thing when Jake's in is, Jake!
He gets me whatever I want, so if I need anything from the library, he goes, gets me it, we rummage through the boxes together, we make sure that I've got everything I need. And he always does it with a smile.
Our craft experts come from all over the UK to HQ up in the northeast, and here they are telling you a little bit about where they're from and what it's famous for.
I'm originally from London, so Stoke Newington I was born and bred, and loved London. I mean, I love London now, something really magical about being in the capital. Grew up in Norfolk, loved it. The countryside, the scenery, it was very green and just beautiful and picturesque. I now live in Bedford, which is brilliant for work and life, because I feel like Bedford is sort of central to all these places around us, so I get to see so many different places. It's just great to be there.
So I live in Barnsley. It's and I say a town, it's a town in South Yorkshire. And South Yorkshire's a gorgeous place. Barnsley in particular, I love. It gets a lot of flack, but it's a really beautiful, picturesque place to live, especially because there's lots of green places around there, lots of lovely parks and things like that, but it is a gorgeous place to live. Elthicka, neighbouring village to us, which is just full of history, and I love going there ever such a lot. Famous, what's it famous for? Oh, the most famous thing I can think of is a film called Kes. A local author called Barry Hines, who lived in Oiland Common, made a very famous film called Kes that is well known from where I am, and actually filmed literally around the corner from where I live.
Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm just seeing Grace telling me we've got lots of new viewers watching this evening, which is lovely. If you are new, you're watching for the first time, or maybe you've never hollered, send us a little hello. Let us know where you're watching from, and let us know if you're new, as in like new to crafting, or let us know whether or not you're just a new viewer who already crafts. I'd be really interested to know. Lorna Fernandez is saying, I store my ready-to-go flower arrangements in an empty chocolate box.
Perfect.
Love that idea. So you can get to eat the chocolates first and store
Yeah.
the... That's good thinking, Lorna. That is good thinking. The tubs are available in abundance around this time of year. Yeah, and then, of course, like you say, you have to eat the chocolate. So, I mean, why would you not want to do that? Charlotte says, Crafter's Companion is perfect for building my collection. And also, Charlotte says, I joined in birthday week and I'm already platinum.
Wow,
I cannot
well
say no
done.
to a bargain. That is some good shopping. If you are, of course, new this evening, you can sign up today, receive 20% off your first order. Just look for this logo. You'll see it at the top of the page when you sign into our website. It's completely free to be in the club. You just need your name, your email address, create a password, boom, you're in. You get 20% off your first order today, and you start to accrue those points. And the more points you get, the more you save. Right, let us move on to some mini sentiments. Now these are perfect, of course. I mean, yes, you're going to be using these with your Gemini Mini, but I mean, you can use them in all your machines. If they go through your Mini, they'll go through all of them. Now you're going to get 6. Hang on, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have got 6 there. Can't count for us. I thought I had 5. 2, 3. Yeah, I've got 6. 6 sentiments. I think these, I mean, obviously these are perfect for everybody, but if you're getting a Gemini for the kids or the grandkids, then you absolutely need to jump in and grab these as well, because they are going to be so much fun to use with your little Mini. And you've got little sentiments for all occasions. So £17.96 or $21.56 if you are platinum, and you're going to get congrats, happy birthday, just for you, special friend, which is what you used on
Yep, that's
the
first demo.
The first demo.
Yep.
Best wishes. And with love. So some super usable sentiments with a quarter saving, £17.96 or $21.56. And to go alongside that, I absolutely think you need to get this little set as well. So here in total, I mean, you get tons of dies. 9, 14, 17, 22, 27, 31 elements. Yes. The little mini celebrations. One of my favourite die sets, well, it's the one at the front here. How cute is that? With the little baby grow. You've got your little cute elephant, and then your little safety pin, and your nappy or diaper. Laura's got. Did I tell you the story about the safety pin? Why? If it hadn't been for a safety pin, me and Laura would never have got together.
Oh yes, I
Yeah.
think I've heard you say that. Yeah.
It was. I was due to. Well, I was actually staying at my sister's house at the time, and she was desperate to try and introduce me to Laura because she used to work with her. And so I stopped at her house on the way back from work, and she's like, "Oh, we've all gone out," and I didn't realise they were going out. And she's like, "Oh, Laura's out. You'll have to come." So I was like, "Oh, okay." I only had one pair of trousers, obviously the pair that I was wearing. And just as I was sort of getting ready, I went to do my zip up, and the zip broke. And I was like, "Well, I can't now go out with with flies open, can I?" So there's no way that I'm going to go out this evening. I'm not going to do it. And then, as if by some sort of heavenly
Divine
intervention, yeah, there was, I don't know why it was there. There was a little safety pin on the table. I thought, use that. Just safety pin me flies up and away we go. And if it hadn't been for that safety pin, I wouldn't have gone out that night, and I would never have met Laura, and we never would have got married. No, you say I might sort of met her, but we might have met her in another. Don't ruin the story, for goodness sake. No, but I probably wouldn't have done, because who's to say that I would have stayed over again, or that I would have had the inclination to go out? I would have gone, maybe I might have met somebody else, in that time. So anyway, that's my boring safety pin story. I bought her a safety pin keyring a few years ago, which she's got on her set of keys, Anyway, moving on. This isn't all about me. You've then got this little cute set here, which brings you little hearts. You've got a little envelope there. You've got your little cute love. That's 5 dies. This one's cute again with little birthday balloons. So it's party. You've got some cake and you've got presents in there. This one is your plant parent. Plant parent? Oh, plant parent. That's Debbie Robinson's favourite leaf, that one, isn't it?
Cheese plant.
Cheese plant, cheese leaf.
Cheese plant.
Cheese plant?
Cheese plant leaf.
Cheese plant leaf, yes. Then you've also got in here this little one, perfect, for new homes. So you've got your keys, key to the doors, 21, and your little house. You've then got the tags in here again, always super useful. So 3 different designs for your tags. And then lastly in this collection, again, super cute, pets. It may well be that you like to make cards for your pets. I know a lot of people do that, and I know a lot of people like to make cards to send from their pets to other people. Yes. Does anyone else do that? Good news. Does everyone else have voices for their pets as well? Or is that just me?
Say that again?
Do you have a voice for your pets?
Oh, you're always talking a softer voice when you're talking to the
No,
dog.
as in your pets have their own voices, and you have conversations with them back and forth. Is that just me?
That's just you.
Now that I have 3 pets in my life, I can have a 4-way conversation with myself. Well, I've got the cat as well, haven't I? I've got the cat, I've got the puppy, I've got yes. Well, no, but I have got 5, but the guinea pigs are sort of, they're not really my pets. They are, but they're not really mine. But anyway, they are, but they're not really. Going to move on. Just a few quick hellos, then we're going to have a look at these. Evelyn says, hello. Evelyn Boyd, hello from Boston. I'm new to crafting, although I come from a line of crafters. I'm addicted to the show. I love the team, and I am addicted to the shopping. Well, welcome, Evelyn. Lovely to have you with us. Karen McLean says, hi, Crafters TV. My husband said the neighbours are talking about me because I haven't had a parcel today. That is brilliant. I love that. What's going on next door? She's not had the delivery. And Alison Marr, who is also new, says the baby dye was the first one that I used. It's a lovely set, isn't it? And again, perfect partners to go with your Mini, which you might be picking up tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to use that again in a minute. But just to show you how, just because they are mini dyes doesn't mean that your projects have to be small. So I've got this one on my reverse easel, so you can see using those gorgeous presents and the balloons. But if you do want to make little cards, then go for it. You know, how really cute is that? You've obviously got your sentiment, your congrats, and then you've got your baby dyes. The pets, I think this is really sweet. There you go. So some have been cut out and some have been cut in. Again, the new home doesn't have to be a tiny card. We've just cut some, that's an embossing folder, cut and emboss folder. So it's cut the apertures just to give you space to put them in. So, you know, new home, look at that, just use your Miri. So if you get that solar gold, that'll work perfectly in the new house. And then your plant parents, we've got the cheese plant leaf and the Just For You. Was a dragonfly in the collection as well?
I didn't have a dragonfly in this collection, no.
I think it
was there originally, wasn't it?
Yeah, so there you go. But if you've got some more, but look at that, even down there. So lovely way to use them, and it doesn't always have to be about. Did you just?
I'm sorry, that was obvious though, wasn't it? That was obvious.
It's a lack of oxygen to your brain, and it does it when you do it.
I love that so much. We're all friends. If you need to yawn, just
it's not a yawn. It's a.
Oh, you make me start now. Oh dear.
Stop! You're making me go all hot and bothered.
Do you know though, how many times have you ever done that, like when you've been having like an important conversation or been in a meeting and you feel a yawn come on and you sit there and you yawn with your mouth closed? And you sort of like that?
I hope I've never looked like, oh, I want to go home now.
Oh dear.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Right. I put this in my mini embossing die cutting machine.
I can't stop now. Set me off, proper. Oh dear.
I am so hot.
Do you have the fan on?
Oh, there we go.
Worse things have happened in this studio other than a little yawn, I tell you what.
Oh dear, I'm so sorry.
I did not burp in front of you earlier.
But look at that out of the solar gold, isn't that really? Oh, there we go. Look, you can see. There we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
stunning.
Really gorgeous. Now, we're now going to do the flutterby. And I'm going to use my Mini. This has been cut to 3 inches. Yep. So we're going to do this. And let's grab that. And just remember, if you're doing, because this is a 6-inch die, I need to put it right to the top. Just so that it'll fit within the folder. So there we go, because it's a 6-inch folder, but these fit absolutely perfectly. And I mean, oh, they just fit, you know, just brilliant value. I mean, to get all 3 of these, what was it, about 12, 13 pounds?
Yeah,
It wasn't very
13, 20
much.
I think it was platinum, yeah.
There we go, so we can pop that one through. There we go, all the way through.
Oh.
There we are. And again, absolutely perfect. So this is multi-purpose cardstock, 240 GSM, but it's straight through.
Yeah.
So we can just pop those through there, just like that. Now, I say straight through. One of those is not. Ah, look, this is what I was saying. Now that one's not cut through, but look, I didn't clean my die.
Oh.
So that was user error. That was total user error. Because now I'm not going to try and cut that. No, I'm not going to try. This one is one that's quite hard to put into the back in.
Yeah.
You could, but it might pop out. So let me just grab another piece of card because I need that one there. I need it to show you a technique.
And just bear in mind as well, the dies you're seeing here aren't in the mini celebrations. These are the decorative swashes, so don't get confused if you have just joined us. There's a separate item.
Let's try that. So I've got a clean die. I can put it in. So this is what we were saying earlier. That was totally my user error. Because I hadn't cleaned the die out, that little section of the die cut couldn't cut because the cardstock is filling up the sort of the channel.
Yeah.
And so it can't embed in. Now look at that, I can now see the blade. So when it cuts, it always looks like a little faint pencil mark on the back. And if you can see those faint pencil marks, so to speak, then you know you've got it through. And look, straight away, that one's out now. And that's the difference, is because my die is now clean.
Yes.
And the die can actually do what you want it to do. So just look, sometimes when things don't go right, it's, you know, it's not because it's the product that's wrong.
No, user error.
Yes, user error. Right, so I am going to show you how we can do some gorgeous heat embossing with this. So I've got some cardstock, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to get this, and I've got 3 pigment inks, because we were asked about this a few minutes ago, weren't we? About how we heat
embossing.
Emboss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it with finger daubers. So what you'll see is, can you see, let me just grab another ink pad. So I can't see exactly the same colour. But if you look at, can you see straight away? I don't know how close. So this is more of a fabric and this is more of a foam.
Oh yeah, so which one's which?
That one's got, but like, it looks a bit more bubbly.
Yeah.
It isn't because it's foam, whereas this is more of a fabric. So, and that's your water reactive. So your water reactive is like a drier one, which sounds a bit weird because it's water reactive. Because this is a pigment ink, the molecules are a lot larger and they're held in a different type of suspension. So that means that they take longer to dry.
Okay.
It's simple as that. So I'm going to come in here with my Oasis first, and I'm going to pop this, just pop it on, just down here, put plenty of ink on. It won't dry. I can see it looks wet. I'm not going to take ages and ages over this, but you know, I've got plenty of time. Parakeet next. We're going to come in with the parakeet next.
A few other people are yawning in the comments now as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alicia says, OMG, I was yawning too. I hope I don't do it on my Teams meeting this afternoon. And hi to Marion. He says, hi everyone, hugs for you, Ben and Corrine. Well, hugs for you too, Marion. I have these dies, which I might be using on Saturday with my little grandson, Jake. And I must just also very quickly say hi to Dee Shah, who says, hello, Ben and Corrine. I'm watching from Kenya. I think certainly on one of my shows, first time I've ever mentioned someone watching in Kenya. So Dee, lovely to have you with us. Just goes to show that we are truly international. We've said in the past, actually, it'd be nice to like have a map on the back wall here where we could kind of like put pins in to sort of show where everyone's been watching from. See if we can see how many countries we can cover off, because we are truly international. Yeah, it's lovely to have you all with us wherever you're watching from tonight. And Creative Cindy just saying, what is that? A mini? Yes, please. Great deal on the mini tonight with the free storage, of course, as well.
There we go. And also, all I've done is I have put the ink, I've just tried to blend the colours together. So can you see we've just got shades of colour on there. So we're going to take that now. Remember now to turn your paper over, because that's going to be, everything's going to stick to that. And all I've got is my clear embossing powder.
Yep.
And I'm just going to sprinkle it over the top of the ink.
Could you still do multiple layers of emboss on such a fine die cut?
Why not?
Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm going to tap that off, get that ready. So can you see now? It's powdery now.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. So we're going to take that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to see how many layers we can get onto this, because it's going to give that enamel effect. So take this. I'm just going to warm up my heat gun because I need to get this really, really, really hot so that it melts.
Yes.
So don't put your hand under your heat gun. Just point it at something like your craft mat so that you can see how hot it's getting. Yeah, I'm testing my craft mat, not putting my hand underneath. That's getting nice and warm. So
our heat gun launching very soon.
Yeah.
Here on Crafters TV.
Can you see it travelling? Can you see it travelling? I love heat embossing. I've been doing this for years and I've never got bored of that. So while that's nice and hot, I'm going to come in quickly. Layer 2. Let's see how many layers we can get on. Once it's got to the point, so all you're trying to do is get that powder on before the previous layer has gone dry.
Yes.
If you want to put more on and it's gone dry, I'll show you what you can do. If you can't go quick enough, there's another way to do it. So we can do this. Let's do this one. And look at that travelling. Because I've got my heat gun really, really hot. Now, just imagine you got to this point and you're just doing this and you want the third layer, but the postman's just delivered your latest Crafters Companion bundle. You've got to get to the door.
Hello, mate. Post here. Yeah.
Right, you've got to get there before hubby.
Right.
Because you've told him that you've won a prize.
Oh, yes,
last
of course.
Week.
Yes.
So we can't have won a prize again this week, can we?
Well, unless you're very lucky.
You could do, but yeah, he might stop believing you. So I'm going to turn that back over, and I'm going to. So that's now drying. So I can't put another layer on.
Right.
But I wanted to triple layer it.
Uh-huh.
Because it's not a sentiment or anything, because it's like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my watermark one. So I'm just going to go over where I want it with my clear. So, and that will stick to the embossing powder. Sort of dulled it down a bit for a minute, but that's not a problem. And then I can turn it back over, and I can now get another layer of my embossing powder on. Now, this won't work if you're heat embossing a sentiment, because if you tried to do that, you'd basically cover the whole lot. But look, it's completely stuck again.
Nice.
So don't panic if you think, you know, or you could see I was working quite quickly. If you think, no, I can't do that because I can't work quickly enough, don't worry, there's always a way around it. And the way around it is just to go in with your clear, and I'll show you what effect you get once I've done this. So this is 3 layers of embossing powder on. And what that's going to give me is a beautiful enamelled effect. Oh, sorry. Sorry to the lady whose husband's listening to that. Cara. Dear me. There we go. She was using the excuse of, I've won a prize. I'm so sorry.
Don't give the game away, Corrine, for goodness sake. What excuse are you talking about? We don't do things like that here on the channel. Talking nonsense, Corrine.
Look, I know. Look at that. Look at that. So that is now firm. It's got, I can touch that, it's dried already. Look at that. Look, doesn't that look beautiful? Absolutely
yeah.
Gorgeous. And yeah, you could have gone to the end, but I think it's quite nice to have it sort of fading off to the white. So then we're just going to do exactly the same, and we're going to drop shadow that like we did before. And actually, I can now do this one quite easily with my tape pen, because it's not bending or going anywhere. It's quite an easy one to put my adhesive on.
Date for your diary as well, by the way. I did just look up because I thought I've got that show. Our heat tool, 13th of December.
13th of December.
Is the launch of that on Crafters TV, with that amazing foam as well, which our US viewers may well have seen a
I'm going to have to get the heat. I'm going to have to ask for a heat tool, just because if I mean, obviously there'll be one in the studio here, but if I'm going down to Hobby Maker, then I'll need one. So, you know, I'm going to have to make sure I've got one.
Got to have the
right
tool. Got to have the Crafters tool, haven't you?
There you go.
Of course you have.
Now that layered up with my double layers, much easier because it was even firmer than just a regular die cut. But how perfect does that look now? It looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Absolutely right, yeah.
Really like that. So We need a project to put this on, and we're going to put this on to a box. So this is really simple. We've got some cardstock, and I have cut the lid 10 by 10 and the base to 12 by 12.
Okay.
Now, all we've done is on the lid, I've scored at 2 inches. So that's 2, 4. So that must leave 6 in the middle. Yeah, if it's 10 across there, and I've got 2 and 2, so that leaves 6.
Yep.
But because this one is 12, I still want 6 in the middle, so I've scored it at 3 inches from either side. And what this is, and I'll show you, this will make sense in 1 minute. And then we're going to come in again with that gorgeous sunflower cardstock pattern paper. So this time I'm using the decorative side. And we can just pop that on here. Go around the edges with just maybe fryer, whatever it is, or seal brown.
Fryer brown.
Is it just fryer brown?
Fryer brown, seal brown.
Yeah, edge around the edge. Just if you want to, just to add extra layers. So as always, we always stick on our layers before we make up the box. That's coming around here.
You're enjoying doing your construction bits today, haven't you?
Yeah. Good fun. It's nice to do something a little bit different.
Nice to be crafting with these sort of colours as well. Maybe
It is.
maybe you're all Christmased out already, you know, with your Christmas card making.
I haven't made a single, apart from on air ones, I haven't made a single Christmas
I
card
guess you
yet.
don't get a chance to though, do you?
No.
We were chatting about this the other day, like to Debbie, and it's like, it must be hard when you're doing it all day, every day. It must be hard to be able to make your own cards.
But then there is a certain expectation that you're going to send
Yeah.
handmade cards. You're not getting a handmade card, no, Jamie. I'm sorry. Right, so I end up buying them, which I think is really straight. So I usually try and find some nice charity ones.
Yeah.
There we go. Right, so I can now pop this across the top of my box, there, like that.
Beautiful.
Isn't it lovely? Really, really stands out. So let's just put this box together. Oops, that's my shaker tag from earlier. Stuck to the tape pen.
Lots of love for the triple embossing. Catherine saying, I have to try that. It looks amazing. And Marion says, I just wanted to share something I do with my sponges to use with my applicators. I wash them under running water, a tiny dot of washing liquid, rinse off, then place on a tea towel, dry by pressing. Well, you guys are sharing the tips in the comments as well today, which is great.
So is she talking about the round heads that go?
Yeah, I think she is, yeah.
Those?
Yeah.
Get a little wash bag.
Oh, stick them in the washing machine?
You know, like one for your delicates.
Yeah.
I'm sticking them in the washing machine.
What for your delicates?
For your delicates.
A bag?
Yeah. You're supposed to put things like tights and bras into a bag. You're not supposed to stick them into the washing machine.
Are you?
You are supposed to.
I never put my bra and tights in a bag. Is that why? What?
Because if you put your bra...
If I put my bra, yeah.
If you put your bra and your tights in the same wash, then the hooks off your bra might hook into your tights.
Ah, I never thought of that.
Yeah? Or if you've got a belt, a number of times I've put something in with a belt in.
Wash a belt?
A fabric belt's on a dress.
Right, okay.
I don't mean a leather belt,
Like a leather belt,
you know, with
right.
a buckle. I mean a tie belt, like
Yeah.
off your dressing gown. And then you come out and you get a big mat of bra and tights and belts and everything. You just put them in little bags.
Well, so you put your bras in a bag so that they wouldn't tangle with your tights?
Yeah.
Well, I never knew that.
And it also is and it's just like a net thing, and it just protects them as well. It stops them getting damaged, and it's, yeah.
Yeah, Nicholas just got
I'm
better care of your bras.
disappointed that at 43, you don't yet know how to wash your bras.
Well, do you know what? I'm disappointed in my wife because I feel like she knows everything and I get told off. Well, I don't get told off, but I think I do things that I'm supposed to do. And I'm surprised that because she knows everything, that she doesn't know that. And she's never told me to do that when I've been doing the washing. So maybe I should suggest that to her tonight and say, hey, Laura,
Now, can I just give you a piece of advice?
Uh-oh.
As a husband, word it very carefully.
Right.
Walking into the house and trying to tell your wife how to wash clothes.
Right.
Because, I forgot. Yeah, you could end up doing. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could.
Well, I do the washing anyway.
Do you?
It's one of my jobs, yeah.
All right.
I do the washing, so that's fine.
That's all right then. That's okay.
Yeah. So maybe coming tonight, Laura, I've got a fantastic way of washing your bras for you. Let me show you how. Corrine says, and see
We
how.
we were talking about your bras on TV today.
And Corrine says, I've been washing them wrong all these years.
I'm not saying this is how I do them. I'm just saying this is how you are supposed to do them.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. What's that? Someone's calling me out in the comments because I said I was 64 earlier. I'm not really 64. I feel 64 sometimes.
You might feel 64 by the middle of December.
yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Debbie says, Ben, 43. He said this morning, 64. Yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm a bit offended that you actually did think I was 64.
She obviously thought you looked really good on it.
Yeah, I need to start using more moisturiser, obviously. By the way, your bag tip has rung a bell with Thea, who says, I always wash like that. And Marianne Johnson says, I use net bags from my bra as well. Here's a discussion I didn't think we'd get into on a Wednesday night. Well, there you go. There you go.
I thought she was going to say, oh, that's how I wash my doorbells.
Yeah, no, it's a bra
No,
like
we've
that.
certainly gone off those, haven't we?
When you said a net bag initially, I thought you were talking about, because sometimes you get those little bags that you put in your wash where you put your... they used to have to, like, you know, the little washing balls used to have you put in a bag. That's what I thought you meant. I thought a little bag that size. I didn't realise you meant like a bigger bag that you put your bras and your bits and pieces into.
You don't want, right, okay.
Let's move on.
I've popped this onto here. Let's quickly do a sentiment for this box because look, we've put 4 of those gorgeous bows down the side. Now, that would look gorgeous paper pieced onto there. Oops, I caught that one. And then we've got the beautiful butterfly on the front. So let's cut ourselves our happy birthday, just in case people haven't seen this before, and we will do some heat embossing on this one as well. Where is my... Now, look at this. You can see this one's being used for quick dry inks. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. It's not damaged. It's just stained. We can still use our regular dyes on this. Where's my scissors? There we are. So we can put that one onto there. So, oops, tape. There we go. Right, put that one on there, and that's going to go through my mini. So we're going to do happy birthday on the top of the box. There we go. And we can pop this. So we're going to heat emboss. So we're going to do a very similar heat emboss technique to that we did with the butterfly, which I thought would look gorgeous. Put that on there. Now, where's my stamping platform? Oh, it's still got the paper on from earlier. So we could take this and we can put a little blob of tape on the back and put it onto there. And then we're going to pop our happy on. And like I say, don't worry about marks. Even if you've got our stamp cleaner, your quick dry inks just stain. You just got to take an extra minute or 2 to line it up because it's maybe a little bit harder to see. Then line that up, make sure it's nicely lined up and pick it up. Now what we're going to do is we're not going to go in with the ink. What we're going to do is we're going to use our daubers to apply our ink this time.
Yes.
So I'm going in first with my lagoon and I'm going to pop that all over the middle. Just put that there. And then we're going to come in parakeet. And we can put a bit of that one on there. Look at that. You can see how juicy they are, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely right.
Straight away. And then we'll go in with the Oasis. And then that's going to come down here, there. And they will just naturally blend. But if you're at all unsure, you can always just go in again, just like that. Oops. So this is why these daubers are brilliant. I mean, hopefully they'll be back in stock soon.
Yeah, no,
so,
they seem to have been out of stock for so long, don't they?
Take that, turn that over, make sure, oops, how about the right way around? There we go, and then I'm going to press down onto there. And I really want to make sure I get this first time because it would be hard to match those colours up again. There we go, absolutely perfect. So whilst it's not taking too long, I'm not going to hang around. I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to get my embossing powder and I'm going to pop it over the top. Now, once your embossing powder is stuck, there is no rush. It's not like, oh, you have to heat set that within 30 seconds or anything like that. Mm-hmm. The speed is getting the powder on, not getting it heated, you know, the heat onto it. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a go and see if we can get this to go nice and quickly again.
Whilst you're heating, lots of chat coming through. Olga saying, we don't want another bra gate, Ben. Leslie saying, what a funny discussion tonight, it's made me laugh. And Joanne Felmer says, OMG Ben, too funny. It's so funny how men are so surprised at what is normal to all of us. And Syl Sparkley goes on to say, I've got loads of net bags, even a padded structured one for bras. They're good for socks too, so the sock monster doesn't kidnap so many odd socks. I'm loving all the crafty tips tonight, all of the washing tips. Beautiful beginnings, not just for your craft, but also to make sure that you are washing your smalls with confidence.
There we are. We're just a really useful information service.
We are.
Yeah.
I always feel especially useful when I'm working with you as well, Corrine. So I do feel that you come out with some, great hints and tips from craft to, getting the best out of your flowers in your garden to, loo rolls and tea bags and all sorts. And tonight, how to wash your smalls. I mean, what more could you want?
Right, I'm going to go for a third one quickly. See if that will go. Perfect. Well, thank you, Ben. We like to come,
Just like to offer more bang for your buck, really, don't you?
That's it. Mm. There we go. Nice. And then pop that. You might find that you end up getting embossing powder sort of beyond where the sentiment is, but don't worry about it, it'll just make it shiny all over. So I can pop that down on there, just grab that, just enamel it up, it'll be absolutely fine. Give that a little bit of a blast. I can really see the letters coming to life on there. Lots of shape, lots of dimension.
Magic.
There we go. And look at that.
Yeah.
Can you see how that has, that oasis has come up a bit. I don't know whether that's not true oasis colour, whether my doorbell was a little bit dirty, I don't know, but there we go.
Still
or
looks
whether
nice.
it's come off the stamp, I'm not sure. But there we go, it still looks really pretty. So I've got that, and I've already stamped and trimmed out the birthday. So we've got our happy birthday. And what we're going to do is we're going to just take the happy and we're going to pop a little bit of glue on the back. It will actually probably stick quite well because it's got some tape on. And then we can pop a little drop shadow. There we go, pop that one on there. Oh, where's my, I've been tidying myself away. So put a couple of little foam pads on the back. There we go, I only need a couple. And pokey tool, lifting that. So we can then just pop happy and our birthday. I'm going to have to really clean this this glass mat down, otherwise Mrs. Robinson will be shouting at me tomorrow.
Oh yes, the other Robinson.
The other Robinson. There we go. And how about that?
Yeah, that's amazing. Love it.
Look at that, you've got the gorgeous detail around the edge, you've got your enamel on there, and then you're happy and your birthday down there.
Absolutely perfect. A lovely project to finish off the demos this evening. If you want to get those fancy sentiments, the stamp and die set, £15.20. $20 is the price on that set. Right. Right, okay.
Card of the show.
We are now going to be doing the card of the show.
We've
or
only got 3.
Demo of the show. You've done more than 3. You've got that other box there, haven't you done? You've done more than 3.
Not in this one.
Yeah.
No, we've done detailed demos. We've only got 3.
Have you really?
We're too busy talking about really important things.
I'm sure you did another one.
No?
No?
No.
Oh, all right then.
I don't think so.
What was your... Hang on, what was the first one you did?
This one, with
That-
the butterflies on,
Uh-huh.
and the sentiment.
Yep.
That's 1.
Yes.
Second one was the blue one, with the frame, and using the sentiment, so that's our reverse easel. That's 2. And then 3 was our box. So that's like 2, 2 in 1, because we've used lots of got 4 of the swashes there, 1 on that for heat embossed, and then the sentiment, which we've heat embossed.
Well,
So that's 3. 1, 2 or 3.
I don't know why I'm looking so disappointed because they're all amazing, but I feel like you've done a lot more than that. But there you go. It is quality this evening, not quantity. So 1, 2, or 3 is the choice on that one. Get your votes coming in. Loads of you just saying how much you love that last time. And Miriam Robinson, this came together beautifully. Thea says, really beautiful box, Corrine. Gorgeous, says Charlotte Everett. Rhonda says, gorgeous. Marion Johnson says, gorgeous box. And Catherine Baker says, that's a lovely, happy box. I wonder if it will get your vote, though, for the demo of the shoe. Let's very quickly show you the Stamp and Die starter bundle. This one, again, nice little collection. If stamping is what you want to get into, or maybe you're already stamping and you're finding it difficult with what you've got, the rocker blocks are always a great item to go for because they allow you to get that perfect stamp each and every time with that heel to toe motion. That's all you're doing with these. If you found stamping difficult, if you can't get that perfect image, give the rocker blocks a go. Honestly, they are absolutely brilliant to make sure that you're not ending up with kind of like patchy stamps or uneven stamps. These are absolutely brilliant. We're going to give you those within the set. You'll want something to, of course, stamp with. So we've got 2 inks for you. We've got the Misty Morning in the quick dry, because this is the kind of ink that you're going to be working with to get that quick drying precision stamp, and we're also going to give you the Lagoon as well. So 2 ink pads to work with your rocker blocks. On top of that, you're going to be wanting something to work with. This die and stamp set, the most wonderful news, is brilliant because what this again allows you to do is to create the stamp base. So you've got the most wonderful news, you've got the kind of base layer there, if you like, then you've got the layer here to add that next lot. So it kind of gives it that, for me, it gives it a 3D effect, but it also makes it look like the wonderful is like propelling through the air. And then you've got a die cut to pop on the top of that as well. So you can really make that look beautiful. And you've got the most news, which you add to your piece to give you the sentiment, the most wonderful news. You've then also got within this collection your low tack tape, 3 rolls of that included. Again, really handy for things like taping your die down when you're running it through your machine. And you're also going to receive 16 sheets of the Nina cardstock as well. So a really nice collection for just £45 or $60.87. That's what you should pay. Tonight, though, just £24 or $32 if you are a Platinum member. Right, demo of the show. Two.
There we go. I thought it might be. There we are. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, I bring that over to you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you can.
Bring it over.
Demo of the day then. So, what do you fancy? Card number 1. This feels like it was yesterday, doesn't it?
Has it really been that long a day?
No, it's been a fun day, but it feels like it's been a, do you know what I mean? Like a long day.
Yeah.
Fun day, but long day. Fun day, long day. Wednesday. This is number 1. So that is your beautiful easel card using the fancy sentiments and, of course, some of the nesting frames and, of course, the beautiful Swash dies. So that's number 1. Number 2 is this one from Launch with the brand new floral frame cut and embossed folders. Got a bit of like a a frozen theme to that one, I think, hasn't it, if you like. So that's number 2. And numero 3 is the one that you have just voted for, using the beautiful deco dies that you've got in that collection, with more of those fancy sentiments as well. So 1, 2 or 3. Get your vote in. You've got about 90 seconds to vote. If you missed the launch a little bit earlier on, here he is. This one is your brand new floral frame cut and embossed folders. Lovely collection actually, because you've got 8 cut and embossed folders within the collection. 4 of your 4x6 folders, and you've also got 4 of your 5x5 folders included in there too. And what you've got is a selection of these folders that give you that beautiful emboss, and then obviously that aperture included in there as well. And what we were chatting about with these is the fact that like the aperture that you've got with these is not just like a standard aperture, so you don't get like an oval shape or just like a square shape or a circle shape. The actual aperture itself is beautifully kind of intertwined with all of the florals that you've got within this set, and it actually kind of encompasses lots of florals that you guys absolutely love. Things like your roses, so that is your classic winter rose. You've got beautiful forget-me-nots. A lot of chat about this a little bit earlier on, how much you loved the timeless forget-me-nots. You've then got the beautiful peony blooms in there too. That one has got a bit more of a uniform sort of aperture to it, I suppose. And then this one is the beautiful blossoms. So the 4 4x6 frames, and then you've got 4 5x5s. If you like the look of these, by the way, but you can't stretch the full price of the bundle, you can buy these individually. I know a lot of people were doing that earlier on, and a lot of people were also kind of buying 1s and 2s and creating their own mini bundles. You've then got the 5x5. So in here, you've got your striking gerbil. Hi-ya! You've then also got the vibrant rose. You've got the fragrant magnolias. And finally, the dancing daffodils, which was the most popular one on its own. £66.39 or $76.39 if you are a platinum member. Demo of the day. Clear winner, apparently.
Clear winner.
What was it though?
3.
1. 3! Number 3 is the clear winner this evening. So yes, well done.
There you go.
Absolutely marvellous. What a brilliant day, what a brilliant show. Thank you to everybody who has joined in on the show today. Hopefully we've answered all of your questions over the course of the show this evening. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, particularly if you're a newbie. We're back for more tomorrow, of course. It's going to be Craig and Debbie here all day tomorrow with a fantastic cartload tomorrow evening from 6 o'clock, and they've got a craft along for you as well. Corrine, massive thank you to you.
It's been a pleasure.
When do you join us back here at Crafters TV?
I'm a hobby maker on Monday, but then I'm back up here a week on Saturday with lovely Jan. We're doing some great day on Saturday week.
Marvellous.
I know, looking forward to it.
We'll see you then. Massive thank you to the team today. Thank you to Nicola, thank you to Jamie, thank you to Jake, thank you to John, thank you to Grace on the socials tonight. Also Rachel earlier on, Caitlin and Chloe have been helping out on the socials too. And a big thank you to you guys for watching as well. That's it from me. I'll be back with you on Sunday. So our US viewers, we've got a clearance show, US warehouse clearance show on Sunday. So I'll be back with you for that with Sarah. In the meantime, I'll be getting in my limousine on Friday, of course, because I'm sure it'll be a big fancy limousine to drive me down to the... What? I'm walking? All right, well, I'm going down to Reading. I'm leaving now. For those of you that are coming to the first of our theatre show, Sarah's Craft Grow Christmas, we'll see you down in Reading on Saturday. For those of you that won't be there, I'll see you back here on Sunday. But make sure you join Craig and Debbie tomorrow for another fantastic day. Until then, bye for now.